everybody that is coming in. Thank you for showing up. Tonight we have a special guest. Her name's Heather. A lot of you probably already know who she is, but I'm going to let her introduce herself for you guys. Heather, if you may.
Hi guys, hi everybody. I'm Heather, mother Elfin ball pythons. Most of you probably know who I am.
All right, so hello, fellow Life Beat ASMR.
Hi, Patty.
So, just starting basic, what got you into owning ball pythons and reptiles in general? Because you have, of course, other things besides ball pythons.
I do have other things. Well, ever since I was little, I was a tomboy, so always hanging out with the gang in the neighborhood. And we had I live in New York, so there's an abundance of garter snakes and milk snakes and stuff like that. So it was always fun catching them and checking them out. When we were younger, my brother brought home a baby timber rattlesnake in his hands. That was fun.
Wow,
SPCA sent, yeah. He's like, look what I found. I'm like, are you crazy? So, of course,
crazy.
Animal control comes out. And, of course, they send the only person on staff who's afraid of snakes.
Oh, that's crazy, too. Like, he's holding a rattlesnake, plus the person they sent doesn't even like snakes in general anyway.
Yeah, and at this point, we had put it in a box so I could get my brother from stop holding it. So, yeah, fun times. I was like, just take the whole box. I don't care.
Now, what would you say would be your favorite morph in your collection at the moment?
Oh, God. I have a little bit of everything. I don't know. If I had to pick a favorite.
That's in your collection. Like for me, it'd be my super. Like I love my pieds and stuff, but I love my super Mojave. I love the bill.
Yeah, I do love my super Mojave. I think he was like my third ball python that I purchased.
Okay, what's up, Venom? DWR.
Many years ago. Hi, Shelby. Hi, Venom. That's a tough one because I have so many.
Okay, what is your favorite reptile then in your collection?
Right now, even though she hates my guts, probably my chameleon.
Why she hates you?
She hates people, I think. And I've literally had her since she was this big. She just hates me. Like anytime I open her cage, she's like, rah! Like she wants to kill you.
Damn.
So
that's crazy.
I love her though.
By the chameleon?
Yes, she has bitten me. It doesn't really hurt. It's more like a pinch than anything else. I mean, I make her come out whether she bites me or not because she's not going to win. That's not how it works. Hey, Derek. I love her. We got a crested gecko this year too. I love him. He's awesome.
Any type of morph on that, or
it's a harlequin, I think is what it is. I'm not positive. I got him from Daggy's Reptiles. I see them at our local show here all the time, and I love frog butts. A lot of people don't like the frog butts. I love the frog butts. So I messaged Shelly, who's one of the owners, her and her husband, and I told her exactly what I was looking for. And she's like, I got the exact one for you. So she picked out a little dude and his name is Shirley. Because they thought he was a girl, but it's actually a boy. So his name is Shirley, and that just kind of stuck. So.
Just to specify for everyone, I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone got it, but those who don't know anything about reptiles, when she said frog bite, that's when the gecko loses its tail.
Yes.
And yeah, kind of looks like a little frog butt.
Yep, exactly. He's really cute. So he's like a house favorite. Everybody in the house loves him.
Right on.
Yeah, I mean, I love all my reptiles. Some just have more personality.
Besides the reptiles, what other pets do you have? Because You got dogs, cats.
We have 2 dogs right now. We have a pig. We have chickens.
How
I
big is the
have
pig? Like, is he tiny? Is it full grown?
no. He's full grown. He's 10 now. We've had him for 10 years. He was a piglet when I got him. He's a little tiny guy. Now he's like the size of a bulldog. If you know what a full grown bulldog looks like, he's about the same size, but he's really dense. I think the vet guessed he weighed about 185 pounds. So he is house trained. He's potty trained, but he spends all year outside now. My husband built him a heated condominium, so he's like, I don't need to come in, just feed me and I'm good, leave me alone. So that's what he does. So we have the chickens. I have 10 tortoise and turtles. We have 10. We have the chameleon, the crested gecko. I have 2 leopard geckos. We have a spider, 2 scorpions. We have probably 6 or 7 different colonies of isopods. What else do we have? We have a ton of fish. We keep tropical fish, and then we keep koi. We have 2 koi ponds outside as well. Trying to think if I missed anything. No, we lost our ferret in August. He passed away.
Are ferrets mean?
No, mine was a sweetheart. He was awesome.
Okay. I've heard some horror stories about ferrets.
They can be. They can be. I had one many years ago, and like I still lived at home with my grandparents, and she stayed in my room. She didn't wander around the house. She just stayed in my room, and she actually cornered my grandmother in my bedroom and wouldn't let her leave. So my brother actually had to come pick her up so she could go out of my room. And all she did was come in to put clean laundry on my bed. Sarah didn't like it. He was awesome with me though.
Okay.
As far I don't think we have any. I'm trying to think if we have any other pets. I don't think we do. I mean, other than all the rodents that we keep to feed the snake.
ASF, rats.
We have ASF, rats, and mice.
You do mice as well.
Yeah, I have mice as well.
Okay, that's cool. I did not know that. I thought, because I mean, I know you did the ASF, and I know you did the rats. I didn't know you did the mice.
Yeah, I have 3 colonies of mice that I keep.
Right on. So just to get your opinion on it, I've asked Derek, I've asked other people that have ASF. Just want to ask your opinion. Are you able to touch your ASF, or are they very aggressive?
Most of them will eat your face off given the chance. They're,
Okay.
I mean, there's an occasional one where they're like, yeah, whatever. I mean, I clean them when I have to, and I don't get bit when I clean them, so I'm just very careful with them. I pick them up by the tail, just like you would do anything else. You know, just have to be very gentle with them. I haven't had one turn around and try to bite me yet, so.
I don't know. I've always, the rat bites, yeah, I mean, depending on the size. Yeah,
you haven't had a mean mama bite you then.
Not yet, not yet.
You get that one mean mama bite you, and that's it. It's just over.
Yeah, no, see, that's going to hurt way worse than getting tagged by any of the snakes.
Yeah, I've had a mama rat bite me, like, right between the thumb and the finger. Like, full-on attack, and oh my God, that hurts so bad. Like, I would rather get bit by a snake.
For sure. I agree. So
all day, every day.
I also want to bring this up because I knew about this in the past, but you reminded me on Friday that, you know, I was saying the whole following count for US ARC or used ARC, however you want to say it. I think it's really awesome, though. You have donated. You still donate memberships, and like you actually go that extra mile more than other people, I'm just saying. And how do you think we could improve their numbers as well as including everyone else's to be more, positive for reptiles?
Unfortunately, I don't know if there is. Like, you see all these big name people that have all these followers, but yet they don't want to spend the $40 a year, which is like a bronze level membership is $40 a year. They don't want to spend that money to help to be able to keep the reptiles, but they'll spend that on Patreon without even thinking about it.
Correct.
For stuff you can get for free on YouTube. So,
Correct.
I mean, I think what it's going to come down to, unless people start actually losing their animals, which is a possibility if we don't have you as our fighting for us, it's what it's going to come down to, unfortunately. And I know some people, it's really hard. They can't afford it. I understand that. It is what it is. That's why I donate memberships every year. I get my membership every year, and I think over the last 2 years, I've donated probably 3 or 4, maybe.
Okay.
So, which I don't mind doing.
That is really cool, though. That's really trying to think of the right word, like noble of you to do that to help, use our plus the reptile community in general, because they are fighting for our rights of having reptiles in general.
Right.
So that is really awesome.
And it's not just reptiles. It's not just reptiles. It's all your mammals, your fish, all the things that states want to put an end to.
Like, if they put, like, how hard it would be, I feel like because we see them moving from Florida to Georgia, now Kansas. I'm just saying, I don't know what state is next. Eventually, it's going to be somebody. I mean, they're constantly adding something somewhere.
Right, and New York is very strict on what you're allowed to keep here. You're not allowed to have large constrictors here. You're not allowed to have anything that's venomous. Which is funny because I could get a hyena of all things, but God forbid I have a rattlesnake. So, I mean, that's New York.
It's the same for Nevada. So, like, I could have, like, an elephant, a tiger, a lion. I could have, like, a chimpanzee, but I can't have any venomous snakes. There's certain few that I can have. I could have, like, copperheads or any that's not really native to the state, but they say it kind of is. And I could have anything that's venomous that's local to the state. So anything that's from Nevada, I could have, but anything outside would be.
Like, I can have hog noses, which is weird, but we're allowed to have hog noses. We can't have anything else. I think we can have mangroves too. I'm not positive on that.
False water?
Huh?
I mean, because if you could have the hog noses, can you have a false water?
I don't know. I don't think I've actually looked into it. I don't know. I love the hog noses, though. I think they're cute. They have a lot of personality.
I would like to get one once I'm able to breed mine.
Yeah, I don't have a male. I have to get a male. I have 2 females.
Okay.
I have to get a male, though.
Curious. More on those?
I have an albino and albino conda.
Okay. So, I also got to ask this because it's right there in the middle of the back behind us. Who did your artwork on who made the pink snake?
That actually is one of my hatchlings. That was a banana hatchling that I had here many years ago. I just put it through a program, turned it pink, threw my name on it, and that's it.
Damn, okay. I thought
so. It's actually my really creation.
Okay. Right on. I did not know that.
Yeah. So I have the picture of that snake when it was a baby. And actually, one of my husband's friends owns that snake.
Okay, cool. A coworker or just a friend of him, of your husband?
It's like an old school friend. I think they may have worked together for a little while, but they're like old, like school friends, like old friend.
Well, that's cool though. I mean, is it like his first snake? Is it his only snake? Like
it was their first snake. He got it for him and his kids, and so they came here and picked out the one that they wanted, and that's the one they picked out.
Okay. I just got the banana recently. It's just a plain banana, and nothing wrong with that. So, I've
No,
loved the
not at
banana
all.
scene. I think it looks amazing. I don't know. I like them all though. I love every morph. I wish I could have one of every type. Like that'd be amazing.
And it's funny because if you get a regular banana, they get a lot of freckles. Like my banana male has so many freckles, it's not even funny. I have a banana pied, hardly any freckles, like at all.
Okay.
And then I have a female banana that has like hardly any freckles either.
Yeah, no, he's a male. I don't know if, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know. It's the male you'll know if he's a male maker or female male maker, correct?
Yeah, once you breed them.
Correct. Okay, so like.
Unless the breeder knows.
He does not.
Okay, so yeah.
I got it from Mellow Yellow Exotics, but he moved from Reno to San Diego, so and he didn't want to take him on the drive and stress him out, and
yeah, that's understandable.
So
yeah, I have a male banana pied, and then I went and got myself a female banana as well.
Trying to hit a super or?
No, I just wanted to make sure that I had a female in my collection. That way I could get male and female bananas when I produce. It's funny though, because I'm not sure if my banana pied throws males or females because I bred him last year.
Okay.
And generally speaking, all of your non-bananas will be female and all of your bananas will be male. However, I hit a cinnamon pied male out of that clutch, which was odd.
So talk about clutches. How many clutches a year are you doing?
Only a few. I only do a handful every year.
You don't want to
like between 4 and 6. I don't want to have so many that I can't produce enough food to feed them.
Correct.
Plus, they all have to sell. I mean, I still have babies from last year, which is my fault because I didn't put any up for sale. But yeah, I still have babies for sale.
What do you have for sale?
I have a bunch of Mojave het albinos. Still here. I have some het pied still, and I think I have a super fire. Still.
Super Fire is pretty. I mean, another pure whites. I mean, it's like the ivory.
They're not pure white though. They're white, but then they get yellow markings.
Okay. So like you can't really say that the Super Mojave's a pure white.
They're not pure white, no.
The gray white head, the gray stamp on the head, and you can see in light if it's bright enough that I've noticed the yellowing going through it, the pattern of the Mojave.
Right.
That's why I like it. It's pretty. Like most people see it, they're like, "Wow, that's white snake." And then when you pay attention to detail, like, yeah.
Yeah, all the super fires are different because you will get some that have a lot of yellow patterning, and then you'll have some that have very little.
Okay. Yeah, no, they're pretty.
They are pretty.
I don't know. I like the dark greens too, though. I mean, I like a super cinnamon if it had no problems. Black pastels are great.
And my husband just asked me the other day, he's like, "Who have you bred this year?" I'm like, nobody.
Yeah, what's up, CSL and Fry's Critters? Thank you.
Hello, everyone. So yeah, I'm getting a late season again this year.
Okay. Well, technically, I don't really see it as a season. I see it just like a yearly thing. Like, but I mean, yeah. I mean, there's no real rush time to.
No, I'm not in a rush because I gotta wait for spring to come before I can start moving these other ones out and then make room. So, at least 3 of those Mojave het albinos I'm keeping. The ones I'm keeping are already marked, so I have 6, I think, for sale. I think I have 4 boys and 2 girls for sale.
What are the 2 girls again?
They're Mojave het albinos.
Okay.
And then I have 2 female het pieds. They're just regular het pieds. I'm keeping the
100%?
Yeah, they're all 100%.
Okay.
I have the cinnamon het pied female I'm keeping. The cinnamon het pied male I'm keeping. The banana cinnamon het pied I'm keeping. I have the super fires a male. And then I actually also have some Mojave Het Ghost females, 100% Het Ghost females for sale. I think I have 3.
Just curious, any DG in your collection?
Any what?
Desert Ghost?
No, I do not have Desert Ghost.
I don't either.
Nope. It's one thing I do not have in my collection. One of the few things.
For me, just like anything DG was absolute amazing.
Yeah, I didn't pick up much of anything in the last year. What did I get this last year? I got 2 from Anthony at GDH. I picked up a leopard Mojave Het Clown, and I picked up a black Het Yellow Belly. I picked up a super pastel spot nose clown female.
Question about that. I just want to know if you're the spot nose clown female you just picked up, right? Or het clown?
No, it's clown. It's
okay,
visual.
so it's a clown. Okay, that's even better. Mine's a real pain in the ass.
Yeah, she's an asshole.
She likes to bite?
She hasn't got me yet. So
every time I pull her out and I'm doing cleaning, she's like balled up when I pull her out. But the minute I come and I'll leave her on a certain spot and I know I'll come back and she'll be there. But she's like out of the ball, ready to strike. She's like, come get me. Put me back in there.
I have very few ball pythons that I have 100% trust in. Out of my whole collection, there's only a handful that I 100% trust.
I have 5 in mind that I could think of.
Yeah, I have my oldest one, which was actually my daughter's that she left here when she moved out. I trust that one. My banana male, I trust him. My super Mojave male, I trust him. My vanilla cream female, I trust her. And my Mojave ghost, I trust her. That's probably the only ones I fully trust.
What's up, Bosa? For me, it's my wife's favorite. It would be Odin, which is our cinnamon male.
Mm-hmm.
It would be my Belle. I'm just gonna leave names out of it. It would be my yellow belly. It would be the second biggest pastel I have, and my normal. Those are the only 5 that I can fully trust.
Yeah, and my clown male. He's always been good. And it's funny because I got him for a steal. I paid $135 for a visual clown male on a Facebook auction.
Okay. Damn.
Yeah, I got in the beginning. I did get a lot of my snakes off Facebook auctions. So.
Do they still do that? Is that a thing still?
I don't think they're allowed to do them anymore. But it used to be somebody would put up an auction and you would bid right on Facebook, and the last person that had the highest bid is won.
Damn.
Yeah, I got quite a few that way.
We need to bring that shit back.
Yeah, Facebook won't allow it.
That is messed up.
Hopefully in a couple months we'll get back to live auctions on YouTube. So until they kick us off. I'm not monetized, so I do whatever I like.
Same, not monetized. I really don't give a shit. I mean, even if I do get monetized, or when I do get monetized, if it ever happens, it's still going to be the same show. I'm still going to smoke, drink, have a good time.
Yeah, I don't worry so much about. I don't post that much on any social media because I'm busy. I'm a very busy person. I work, I have kids, I have animals, I have a husband, so I'm so busy it's not even funny. So I don't even post much. Like live egg cuttings is probably the most you'll ever see on my YouTube. And I only do that every year when I'm cutting eggs. That's about it.
Okay.
So, you might get 3 or 4 a year.
I used to be constant and consistent with it, but now it's like I don't want my channel to be just known. I mean, like I want people to know that I do live feedings, and that's how I feel about it. Like I don't, my personal opinion, I don't believe in the frozen pod method. I think that it's actually the way it takes. Sometimes you got to gas the rat twice. It could be, so you're putting it through more agony. Also, when you leave them in the freezer for, time goes on, the freezing process does burn the fat off the rat. So like,
yeah, I clear my freezer camp, as I call it, every 3 months. Every 3 months, everything goes in the garbage. Or if something starts to smell, because after a while, I don't care who you are, I don't care how you freeze them, they stink after a while, so they gotta go.
Yeah.
Like my freezer's at -2 degrees, so.
Now are the frozen thaws, because you have live rodents as well, are the frozen thaws like a backup just in case if you don't have enough live, or is it just?
Yeah, I call anything that needs to be called here. If I have too many, I'll put some in freezer camp. I have people like Jessica. I brought her frozen ASFs to the Hamburg show when I saw her because her snake was not eating. Eats the ASFs fine that I gave her, so like if it's somebody I know needs them and I'm gonna be around, I'll bring them rodents. I don't care.
Oh, cool. Oh yeah.
So it's not something I enjoy doing, but it needs to be done.
I mean, okay, so yes, I mean, I do see what you're saying. Like, I mean, do I want to see the rat die so my snake live? No, but does my snake need to live? Because that's what I want more than the rats. Because I want to have the fucking rats if it wasn't for the snake. So
yeah, I don't enjoy culling them. Like my snakes, probably 98% of my snakes eat live. I have a handful that eat frozen thawed. I have my snake that has no eyes. She eats frozen thawed only because it's safer for her.
Correct.
So like my children's pythons, I feed them frozen thawed. My hognoses get frozen thawed, and my son's snake gets frozen thawed because when we got the snake, my son like had a fit that it was going to eat live food. So it's been on frozen thawed its whole life since it was like as big as my pinky. So everything else gets live.
Lose balls. What's up? How's it going? Low life.
Hello. Hey Thomas. Hey Kiki. Fries.
So, but yeah, no, I mean, like, I feel like the frozen. Once again, I'd rather just say I'm okay better with doing live feeding than I am. It's not that I'm not saying like, if your snake only eats frozen thaws, or sorry, I got to put this in there now, has no eyeballs, then yes, frozen thaws is okay. Even if your snake just needs to eat and that's all you have is frozen thaws, there's nothing wrong with that.
Some places they can't get live food. Some places it's actually illegal. Like in New York State, you cannot buy, like if you go to a reptile show, you can't buy anything that's alive if it has its eyes open. Which is really weird, but that's the way it is. New York laws are crazy.
So we can't buy rats here, but we can buy mice.
Yeah, like I used to go to the feed store before I started breeding my own. I would go to a feed store and be able to buy live rodents. But other than that, like at a show, you can't. You can buy pinkies and fuzzies that are alive. That's it. And I actually haven't even seen that in a while. So I don't know if like New York was like done or what the case was, because New York is ever evolving with all the crap that they don't want you to do. But yeah, it's weird. But the way I look at it is my snake is going to kill it faster than the gassing process takes.
I agree.
So
Okay, so I have to throw this in there. Yes, I 100% agree. But I do have a video on my channel with my bell who held it in constriction for maybe 20 seconds, and it was still alive as she ate it.
yeah, sometimes they do that.
That one I felt bad for, like bad. Of course, I feel bad for the other ones, but at the same time, like that one will never leave my memory. Like,
but you have to think of it this way: once the head passes the mouth, it's not going to breathe anymore anyway.
It was crazy. So that's what I thought too, right? So I actually freaked out at the end of the video. After I ended it, because during the end of the thing, like I'm like, all right, it can't be breathing. It's been, halfway down for at least like 4 minutes.
And then you see it move.
And then the legs start kicking as it's going down. I'm like, oh,
I have
God.
had that happen when I got my first red-tailed boa, probably 15 years ago now. I don't have boas anymore. But when I got my boa, it was a little teeny tiny little thing. It was like this long. It was tiny when I got it. And the first time it ate, it got a little fuzzy. And like I could literally see it moving in his stomach, which kind of freaked me out a bit. But I was like, okay, that's how it has to be.
I actually hit up Iron Dog after mine. I was like, dude, I just killed my fucking bill. I was so mad. I was at the end of it. I was like, is there a chance something's going to happen? He's like,
you want to talk about worrying about something? And this was completely my fault because I didn't take the shed out before I fed the snake. Our pied, our super pastel pied that we got from Justin Kabilka, ate her rat. She had a shed in her drawer that I should have taken out before I fed her. She ate the rat, and part of the shed got stuck on the rat's foot, and she started to eat the shed. So I'm like pulling the shed out, and I'm like, oh my, I'm like freaking out the whole time. She's absolutely fine though.
I was going to say the shed can't kill him, right?
I wouldn't think so, but I thought, oh God, it's going to get stuck in her throat, or she's not going to be able to digest it. And then I'm like, they digest fur and bones. She'll be fine. So
the only thing I could see like going wrong there and is like if it was like not knotted up and it was actually like out, like fully out, and then like maybe getting stuck, like you said, on something on the way down, and then doing some kind of damage there. But that's crazy.
Yeah, so I pulled as much off as I could, and she was not going to let go. So, but she's absolutely fine. Listen, shit happens.
Oh yeah. I mean, I so last month I thought was going to be a great month. I mean, it was my month. Because I was born in December, so I was excited. Nah, I mean, Christmas was shit. I lost Christmas Eve. It was like maybe 20 minutes to Christmas, 11 something at night. Found out my male clown's dead.
Oh, that sucks.
The rats escaped. I didn't have time because my mom and my kid were in the hospital, so I just threw them all in a tub. I tried to put as many air holes as I did. I came back. I lost 4 or 6 rats, something like that, out of like 52 rats. And to me, that wasn't that bad of a loss, but still, like, they were still sweaty.
Sucks,
yeah. But now they got the weight back and all that. But just going through that shit, just knowing you have something you have to take care of that is living, it does get stressful.
Yeah. I mean, we all have things that suck. I lost 2 snakes last year that freaking killed me because these are things that I've been raising for like ever. One was a gift, and then the other one was a very expensive snake. Well, no, he wasn't too expensive, I guess. He's not the most expensive one in my collection, but I was looking forward to breeding him, and this was like the first year I was going to breed him. I tried breeding him to my pastel last year, but he wouldn't go. But it was my bamboo my bamboo spot nose male, and I have no idea what happened. He was fine. I checked on him. I put water in his dish. I came back probably 30 minutes later, and he's gone. Dead.
Damn. I'm sorry to hear that.
So, yeah, that one hurt. And then the other one was a gift to me from Hector from Honey Reptiles. she was a pretty costly snake, and she was getting ready to breed, and just no reason at all, dead. So that one hurt a lot.
I'm sorry to hear your loss.
Yeah, I mean, it happens though. When we keep as many animals as we do, I mean, it happens.
I mean, I don't have as many ball pythons or even animals as many as you do, but I do. I mean, yeah, no, like, it's not a happy feeling.
No, it's not, because you always wonder in the back of your head, well, did I do something wrong? Was there something wrong with it that I should have seen? And a lot of times it's not, because we all know they hide that shit until it's too late. So
yeah. Like, I honestly, like, so this is my daily routine. I check on all my animals. That means the lizards, the tortoise, the rats, the snakes,
yeah.
the wife, and the kids. I check on everything when I wake up. And if, some water needs to be rechanged, whatever, blah, 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 I do it. Of course, the basilisk, their daily thing. That's a daily, like, every other day they need to eat. The tortoise, I need to stay on top of her, making sure she has food and water. But, like, for me to check and then go out later that night before I crashed and go to bed to find him dead made me so sad. Like, that was on Christmas Eve. Like, of all days, 20 minutes to Christmas, like, you gotta go and die. Like,
yeah, I know that feeling. Yep, sucks. But that's life.
Hopefully this year's better. Yeah, no, that is life. And hopefully this year goes by better. No one goes, and everyone's happy, and I have more babies coming this year.
Yeah, those bins are still empty because I don't want to put anything back in them yet.
I don't blame you, though. I don't, because, I mean, like I said this, I think, Friday as well, like, breeding the rats, I started with the one colony with, like, 9 snakes, and I think at the time, majority of my snakes, 5 of them were fully grown while 4 weren't, and, like, it was a struggle having only 3 female rats and 1 male rat, but now, like, with me producing so many rats now, like, I know I could take on like another 4 or 5, but I'm choosing not to.
Yeah.
Because
right now I have 8 big colonies of rats, and then I have 14 colonies of ASFs, and then I have 3 colonies of mice, which produce enough to feed my collection. When you say a
big rat colony, how many big rat colony? How many are in that big rat colony?
I usually keep 6 females and 1 male.
Okay, so I have on my biggest one right now is
big cement tubs, like the big cement tubs.
Yeah, no, I get it, because there's 2 sizes. There's the medium and large. I got you. I'm on the large as well. I have one that has 5 and 1, 5 females, of course, 1 male. And then, like, that one alone with all the babies and stuff, because, like, you normally will leave them fully in there for at least, like, until they're about, sometimes even a medium rat. Like, I know that's too long, but sometimes I'll just leave them in there because I have no problem. Like, they're not killing each other, so I'm okay with it. And, I don't know. I want to say I'm up to, like, 160 rats right now.
Yeah, I don't even know how many I actually have, because I have
you blow me out of the water with 8 rats, 7 or 14 ASFs, and 3 mice. Like, I don't have that many rodents.
Well, I only have 14 ASF colonies because I don't have another rack to put any more in. So I got to put my husband to work building more racks, because he actually built our ASF rack.
Okay. Now, so are they different, though? Is it the same setup like you do the rats, or are they slightly different?
No, we have we actually use the steel what are like you get like if you go to like a buffet that like the steam pots that they put in.
Yeah.
We use those. We use the deep ones. So my husband actually we went and bought a baker's rack, and my husband built the whole thing out of a baker's rack. So
Okay.
we have a baker's rack, and then there's two sides. So the bins run 6 down each side, and then I have two separate ones, two separate colonies, which are actually my starter colonies that I got from Chino.
Okay.
So
I actually am gonna. I don't know if you know these, and if not, I'll go grab one if you want. I'm gonna use a B44 can to house the new rat rack because the last one biting out and all that, everything's gonna be pure metal now. So I'm gonna weld mesh the top and all that. And
here, I'll take you into my other room here. So, oh, I forgot I had a charger attached, so I'll show you my ASF rack. So this is my ASF rack. Hold on.
Click on so I can see better.
So this is a baker's rack that we bought, and my husband turned it into an ASF rack.
Correct. No, I totally get that.
And then it has the really small mesh on the top, the tiny mesh.
The 1/4 inch.
Yep. Yeah, I think it's 1/4 inch. And then I keep 2 stock tanks as well. So when I go through, I can just put the feeders in the stock tank.
Okay. And yes, I do, Stan. It's ball.python.love.exotic. So since they're not built yet, but I plan on building something with. So I'm just gonna try to stand it up. And this is a B44 can. It's long as shit. It's inches inside is about 12 inches. It's just an electrical panel. Just the box itself, the can. But I want to be welding the 1/4 inch mesh on top so the rats can't break out ever again.
Yeah, I mean, I have the cement tubs, and we really haven't had any issues with the cement tubs. Like, we keep an eye on them. And then anything that they start chewing on, my husband just puts a piece of mesh over and bolts it on. So we really haven't had any issues. I have found a few ASFs running around my basement here and there. Don't know where they're getting out from. So I just had one recently. I'm sitting in my office working, and I hear this scratching noise. I'm like, what the hell is that? So I turned everything off, and I'm listening. And I have a laptop bag sitting on the side of my desk. So I'm following. The little bastard was in my laptop bag. So I'm like, okay. So he went right into the stock tank.
Okay.
So don't know where it came from. Don't really care. So, but I keep snap traps downstairs because I'm not going chasing after things.
It is a pain in the ass to catch rats.
Yeah, I don't do that. I don't bother. So.
And the majority of them, I would say, it's just chasing them and grabbing them. But then you'll find a few, once you back them into a corner, they actually fight back.
Yeah, we have so much stuff because all my reptiles and my rodents are all downstairs. I have a complete room just for my rats. My ASFs are actually kept over where my office is because it's warmer over here. My rats and mice are in their own room. They have their own room, which is completely closed. So if they get out, they can't really go anywhere. But that room, but my big ASF rack that I have over here, and I'm assuming maybe I didn't shut something all the way and it just kind of jumped out. Whatever, but I mean, it is what it is. When you keep as many rodents as we do, one's going to get out.
Oh, yeah, for
here
sure.
And there. It's just what it is. So,
but see, there's a difference between you and I also. I mean, besides the amount of rodents we have, is you're in a house.
Yeah, we own our house.
I live in an apartment.
Yeah, that might be a little frowned upon.
Yeah, no, rodents are not allowed.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's not like your I don't know, apartment complex that most people are like, oh yeah, it just runs outside and like it's outside. No, my shit's connected by a hallway. And
Yeah.
this hallway, there's only one way off, and that's the elevator or the emergency stairs. So, if I get caught with rats, I'm in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which you're right. So basically, my idea is my name. Just know the and just period or dot in between each word. That's it.
Yeah, I don't worry about them getting upstairs because number one, they'd have to go up the stairs to get there. And I keep the door closed, so it's not like they're gonna be able to get there anyway. But in the event that they do, I have a small dog that likes to kill things, so they'd be fair game. They would be fair game if they got upstairs.
Now, is there anything that you want but you don't have?
I actually was just talking to my husband about this the other day. I think I'm going to get an elephant trunk snake.
A what?
An elephant
trunk
snake. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're really cute. So I think I might get one of those. Also been talking about getting some red-eyed croc skinks. We don't have any of those. I'd like to get some of those. Other than that, no. My last, yeah, I mean, I just picked up a bamboo female at the last reptile show. She's still in quarantine. She's actually almost done with quarantine. Other than that, no. I don't have any plans on getting anything like crazy.
I would like to get a croc. I think a crocodile would be cool.
Yeah.
Or an alligator. Alligator would be cool, I guess. But yeah. I would want something, yeah.
My husband always jokes he's going to be a crocodile farmer or a gator farmer when we move down south, but we're not moving that far down south, so that's not going to happen. So I think North Carolina is going to be the furthest we go.
Now, you're upstate New York, correct?
Yeah, I'm about 2 hours north of the city. So not upstate, but yeah.
Okay. So are you closer to Buffalo or are you closer to, I'm trying to.
I'm just south of Albany.
The capital.
So yeah.
Okay.
I think we're about 40 minutes south of Albany. So we're I live by Woodstock.
Okay.
So Woodstock is like 15, 20 minutes from me.
You guys getting pounded with snow or?
No, it hasn't been bad this year at all, which is crazy. And I planned on, this week was supposed to be a warmer week, so I planned on trying to ship snakes out. Didn't happen. Wednesday was supposed to be 60 degrees. It ended up being 40 degrees. So that totally killed my shipping plans. So
okay.
Everybody, that's Kingston. Yeah, see, Stan knows where I am because he's from the area. I don't live in Kingston. I live outside of Kingston, just west of Kingston.
Okay.
So yeah, so everybody that's waiting on snakes gotta wait till spring or until we get a break.
Yeah, we get snow, but I mean, like lately we've been getting a lot of snow. I hate it. We got snow coming Wednesday and Thursday.
No, we got like a foot of snow in November, which isn't bad. And then we've had a couple inches here and there, but like that's nothing for us. So that's like a dusting for us. That's not like anything special. But yeah, we've had
it it doesn't snow more than a foot here. Never, ever. Like, we might get like 5 inches and we hate it.
Yeah. Yeah, Stan, we breed snakes. But yeah, so I mean, it's so far it's been cold, but it hasn't really snowed.
Okay.
So I think we've got more rain than anything else.
It's been snowing like I said. So it just snowed the other day. And we're expected to get snow Thursday, Friday, or Wednesday, Thursday. I hate the snow. Just because I work in a warehouse and it's cold as shit already, so it doesn't add to the fucking problem.
Yeah, see, I'm lucky. I work at home, so I literally just have to get out of my bed and walk downstairs and turn my computer on. And if I want to heat my office up to 85 degrees, I can. So.
It doesn't work like that at work. Like, at least in the warehouse, like, we're constantly opening doors selling electrical shit, so
Yeah.
it's normally outside temperatures in the warehouse. So if it's 30 outside, it's 30 inside. It's gonna be cold.
Yeah, like I have no heat on downstairs. The only thing downstairs is my furnace, which we're not even using right now. We haven't used oil heat like all winter yet. So right now it's 72 and a half degrees in my office, and there's no heat on downstairs in my house.
So not to change what we're talking about, but I actually have a question for you. 2 actually. The first one would be, Heather, how long have you known me in this community since? I mean, I'm just saying, because it's going to follow up to something.
Well, I think I've known you a couple years now. 2 maybe? 2 years maybe?
Since 2019. 2019.
Going on 4 years then.
Yes.
I've known Iron Dog since 2014 or 15. I've known Iron. There's a bunch of us that have known each other like a really long time. There's Iron Dog, Rob, Todd, Thomas. I mean, there's like a handful of us that are like OGs. Like we've been in this community like a long time. So I mean, we're family. We stick together.
Correct. I know there is, Iron Dog has told me stories, and but the reason why I was asking, so you've known me since 2019, correct?
Yeah.
And in your opinion, since you've met me and everything else that has happened in the reptile community, at least this one, how do you think it's going?
For the most part, I think we're all good. I know there's some rifts behind the scenes. I'm not going to say who. I'm not going to say what because it's not my business to tell. And I don't like drama, so I stay out of it. But I mean, for the most part, I think everything's been good.
Okay.
With our little group, anyway. I don't know about anybody else's group. I mean, there's some shady shit that goes on.
So like I understand. Like I don't MJ. I mean, I think you know who he is.
I've never watched him. I don't really care.
I think his shit's like everybody else's. I think honestly his show's not that good. That's my personal opinion. But as for I would say the ones that watch, like, I'm just saying, like, the Iron Animal show, I think it's growing, but it should be growing faster. I feel like.
Well, here's the thing. The big breeders don't like us. Because a lot of us have the same animals, the same genes that they work with, that they've made a lot of money off of, that we're selling. And I think that's what it comes down to. We're taking business away from them.
Correct.
And I think that's what it is. Personally, I don't give a shit who likes me and who doesn't. It doesn't bother me one way or the other. I have no feelings about it. they can kiss my ass. That's how I feel. So, I mean, I don't really care, honestly. I'm going to do my thing. I do it as a hobby. Some people do it as a business. I don't really make any money doing it. You know, I spend far more money than I make. And I've been doing this for years.
See, I agree with you. Those who thought you're to come in here and just start breeding, making all this money, it doesn't work like that. It really
does not. It does not.
Just because you're breeding anything, I don't care what you want to say, anything, does not mean it'll be successful. What'll make it successful, and this is just my personal opinion, does not make it true, does not make it right. But if you have more passion for the thing you are doing, it will succeed. As long as you keep showing it, love, yeah, it'll go.
Listen, I'm the only one that takes care of my animals. I don't have a crew that comes in and cleans my snakes or feeds my snakes or cleans my rodents or feeds my rodents. I do all of it, just me. So while it's still a hobby to me, I still take excellent care of my animals. My animals are probably better taken care of than most of the big breeders. I can tell you every single snake in my rack. I can tell you exactly what genes they are. I can tell you what sex they are. I can tell you probably where the majority of my snakes have come from, if not all of them.
Okay.
So, and it's not to say the big breeders don't take care of their animals, because I'm sure they do, because that's money in their pocket. Mine's more of on a personal level, though.
Yeah. See, I'm with you. Like, I don't have help. I mean, yes, I can't lie. I do have help. I mean, if you count the kids, right? So, but like, no, I don't have help. I don't have people working under me like you do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not Billy. I'm not Brian Parchek. Like, I don't have guys coming in doing all the nasty shit that I don't ever film. You guys, okay, let me just say this. This has happened. So, Heather, tell me if this has probably happened. You have rodents. Have you guys ever walked into a rat room and in your rat room, you look at everybody and one day, because this has happened twice or 3 times to me, you find one of the rats inside fully eaten and only the skeleton that's still there and they have food?
Not often, because I'm in my rodent room.
I've only had it 3 years or 3 times.
Yeah, once or twice a day I'm in my rodent room, but here's the thing with rodents. They're as dirty as they seem, they are clean animals. So if something is dead in their enclosure, they want to get rid of it. And if by eating it is the only means they have to get rid of it until you come and take care of it, that's what they're going to do.
Yeah.
Plus, they may be lacking protein. And you know what? Free meat.
Yeah. That's true too. That is very true.
Stan, I have a little bit of everything. Are you looking for something in specifically?
Have you met Stan in person?
I have not met Stan. Stan doesn't live here anymore. He lives down south.
Okay.
But I think his son still lives here, if I remember correctly. His son lives in New Paltz, which is just south of me. So, but he knows the area, so he knows relatively where I am.
Oh yeah. Still never been to the East Coast. I mean, well, yes, I've been to DC, but I was like a child. Germany, born, like all that doesn't count. But like, I've never been to like Jersey, New York, Connecticut, the Triangle.
Yeah, the tri-state area. It's nothing special. Connecticut's a bunch of rich, snobby people, so there ain't really much there. New York is just New York. I hear my dog stomping around. It's time for him to go out. He's gonna have to wait. And then Jersey's Jersey. Jersey sucks. People in Jersey can't drive. Sorry if anybody here is from Jersey, but y'all can't drive. So, yeah.
My wife is from Jersey, so yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, they can't drive. And for some reason, Jersey smells. Like as soon as you leave New York, you know you're in New Jersey because it smells.
I've heard about it being the trash state.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but for real, see, even stands like facts. Like you leave New York and you go into Jersey, you put your window down, you know for sure you were in Jersey. I don't know what it is. It smells.
Like what though?
I can't even describe it. Like
human feces?
I don't even have like hot trash and diesel oil maybe. I don't know. That's the best way I can describe it.
I've still never been over there, so I can't even imagine, besides maybe driving past waste management or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, I think that's the best way I can describe it. It's like hot trash and diesel. Yeah, I don't know.
BPL is where most of the garbage goes. Okay. Makes sense.
Maybe Stan can describe the smell. I don't know. I don't know how better to describe it.
So, I heard though you guys have better food than we do here on the West.
In New York?
New York and Jersey area.
Listen, people from Chicago will fight me on this, but New York pizza is the best fucking pizza there is. The best. And you will never get bagels like you get in New York. Anywhere. And they say it's because of the water. Believe it or not. Yeah, smells like hot trash, see?
Okay. So maybe you guys know this part that I'm about to say. She's from Newark.
Newark's where you go to get your car jacked.
That's where my wife is.
That's pretty much it.
It's pretty ghetto over there?
Yeah. Newark's a little rough neighborhood.
Mm.
Like I don't even like going to Jersey. I try to avoid Jersey as much as possible. I stay on the turnpike and make sure I have gas before I go into the state because I'm not stopping.
It's that bad?
Yeah, people will straight up freaking carjack you. It's not even a joke. Like New York is bad, but yeah. Newark is one of those places that just has a reputation.
Damn. I don't know. I've heard a lot of things about it.
Yeah, I try not to go there. Like when we travel down south, we go down the Jersey Turnpike because we go down and we get on the ferry down in Cape May, but that's usually when my husband
drive your car onto a boat.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, because I don't drive down 95 anymore to go down south. Usually if you're going down south from up north, you just get on I-95 and go straight down. I can't stand 95. I got stuck in traffic in Virginia for 6 hours once. I told my husband we are never taking 95 ever again. And we haven't.
The traffic here isn't bad. So Reno's like in this like spot in Nevada where, yes, Lake Tahoe's closed, Carson City, the capital's closed, but like other than that, like we might have like a little bit of small towns and stuff, but the next major city is Sacramento, so there's like nothing here. It's sometimes sucks, but it's great.
Parts of New York are like that. Like there's a lot of countryside in New York, Like where I live in a pretty rural area. Like I have neighbors on both sides of me, but there's like my town, there's no shopping center, there's no mall. Walmart is the next town over, which is like a 12-minute drive for me. It's not that far. But where I am, it's not bad. But if I drive 10 minutes down the road, I'm in a city. So, but where I am, it's not bad. Like it's nice and quiet here. Like there's hardly crime, like any crime in my town, like at all.
Okay. Tamethyst, when's the last time you lived in Reno? Just because you said it in the chat. So, but damn, yeah, no. Like I could never live in like a city. Like Reno is it's Logan. Logan is the biggest little city in the world, right? So when I go to Vegas, I hate it. There are so many people walking by you. It's not like that here. Like I cannot deal. That's one reason why I don't want to ever move to like New York City, LA. You think about these other places. No, I don't want to be shoulder to shoulder.
Oh, I can't stand the city. I can't stand the city at all. I hate it. Don't like it at all. Stan, I bet you're wishing for a bacon, egg, and cheese on a hard one from New York, aren't you?
Man.
If you ever come to New York, you got to go get a bacon, egg, and cheese. Best you'll ever have.
What is Taylor ham?
What is it?
Yeah.
What did you ask about?
What is Taylor ham?
Taylor ham? I have no freaking idea.
It's something my wife told me that they sell in Jersey, so I thought it was.
It must be a Jersey thing because I don't have an idea.
Just curious.
Say, look, hell yeah, for sure. He knows.
Yeah, I don't know. The city's too much. New York just. I hear about the northeastern. You guys get. I can't. I don't even like the snow. I don't even like when we get just a little bit of snow. So like. Plus, don't you guys in New York have like grizzly bears and shit, or like?
We don't have grizzly bears. We have black bears.
Okay.
So yeah, I have bears that roam through the neighborhood here. Like everybody in our neighborhood has a Ring camera. So I don't know if anybody's familiar with Ring. You get like a neighborhood, and you can post on the neighborhood things that are happening. Like my car got broken into. Well, in my neighborhood, they all post, "Hey, the bear's over here tonight. Put your bird feeders away." So, the last few years, the bear likes to come and visit everybody's yards. He doesn't come to my yard because I have a big dog. But he comes and steals everyone's bird feeders. Like if you have it on a shepherd hook, he'll bend the whole shepherd hook down, take the whole feeder off, and it'll be in your neighbor's yard 3 or 4 houses up because that's what he does. So now everybody's like, "Hey, the bear's around. The bear's over here. The bear's over here." So, like, the whole neighborhood knows where the bear is at all times.
I want to say the worst thing we have here, Reno really doesn't see too many bears, so that's more Tahoe, California type shit. I would say mountain lions. Mountain lions are probably the number one.
Well, according to New York DEC, we don't have mountain lions, even though people post pictures of them all the time.
And for everyone to know this too, it could be mountain lions, a puma, a cougar. It's there's multiple names out there for a mountain lion.
Yes.
So, if you got them in your state, they are. So there's actually a story that because of course it was in the newspaper. It was Ely, Nevada, and this kid was outside playing. The mother went inside to finish up cooking dinner, comes back outside, kid's gone, kid's body's found, eaten by a mountain lion.
Ugh.
Yeah. And yeah, no, cats are I've said this before. I don't like cats. Like that's one animal I probably would never own, have, keep, whatever.
I actually love cats. We can't have cats because my husband's allergic. I actually had a cat when I moved in here with my husband. My husband went and got allergy shots for 5 years so we could keep the cat. But no, we're dog people now and snake people. we don't do cats anymore. My husband told me a long time ago. He's like, I will never say no to you about anything except a cat, and I've used that to my full advantage in my house, which is why we have a pig. So,
what is the deal with the pig though? Like, is it something you're just going to keep? Is it eventually? Sorry to say this, is it going to come dinner one day?
He is a pet. He is a pet. He is part of our family, and my husband jokes regularly that we will turn him into bacon and pork chops. That I can assure you that will never happen.
Okay.
Ever.
Just curious, you know.
Yeah, we've had him for 10 years now. He's a good pig. So, I mean, he has his moments where he's a bit of a dick, but yeah, he's definitely a part of the family.
Okay. That's crazy though. I don't know. Don't they smell? I mean, I've been around like dozens of pigs because I've worked on a ranch and stuff. But like a single pig inside your house, don't you smell the pig?
He actually doesn't smell. They don't sweat, so they don't really produce any odor.
Now, understand the pigs I worked with were actually in a pig pen. So like.
Yeah, no. My pig is house trained, so he goes to the bathroom outside. But no, he doesn't smell. Like literally my dog smells worse than the pig.
Yeah. Would have never guessed that one. I would have said the pig.
No. Actually, no, not at all.
Is there any animal that you do not want in your collection?
No.
Like, so for me, so like you already did a whole nother step I would never do, and I want to say it right now. Spiders. Spiders are not for me. I'll support people that have spiders, but no.
Yeah, I'm not a spider person either, but my daughter absolutely loves bugs. I'm not a spider person whatsoever. She wants a tarantula. I do not see that happening anytime soon. We do have a regal jumping spider that I just got for her last month. He's pretty cool. He's been all right. She had a jumping spider before for like a year. It was just, one I caught outside. So I was like, yeah, whatever. We had it for a year, and then that one finally died. And so she wanted a tarantula. And I was like, listen, I cannot do tarantulas. That's how we ended up with our first scorpion. So we got a little dune scorpion. She named him Jeff Bezos. Don't ask me why. Don't know even where she ever heard that name, but she named him Jeff Bezos.
Okay.
And then my husband was mad because I didn't get an emperor scorpion. He wanted the big, black, scary scorpion. And I'm like, seriously, it's not for you. It's for your daughter. So.
Does he ever handle it?
No. Oh. These are look at only pets. I've made that pretty clear in my house because if it gets loose and gets squished, there's no two ways around that. So then I went and got a big black scorpion, but I got an Asian forest scorpion. He wasn't happy about that one because he wanted an emperor scorpion. So I'm like, you know what? Kiss my ass. I don't care. That's what we got. So that one got named Blackbeard. But then they started calling him Trump, so I'm like, whatever. I don't know. But then I did get her a spider last month. It's like probably this big. It's a pretty good size one. It's a male. So she has that in her room along with all her ice pods. But yeah, I don't think we'll be doing a tarantula anytime soon.
Nope, not happening for me.
Yeah.
Nope. I don't want to be around it.
For some reason, the jumping spiders don't seem to bother me. Like any other spider, though, I'm like, ugh. So
A little jumping spider, that's different, right? Like it's little, but
they're
like
kind of cute.
you go
When you
into a
look,
tarantula, I'm done.
yeah, I don't think we'll be doing. I don't no. I can't see us doing a tarantula. So I'm all right with the scorpions. And I'm all right with the jumping spider. I don't think I can do a tarantula.
No.
Yeah.
The
So
little jumping spiders, though, no, they're cute. Like
they are.
I'd definitely get one.
I have a little one living in my office here somewhere. I don't know where he is. He like shows up on my desk every now and then. He's just a little teeny tiny black one. I'm like, what's up, dude? And he just like goes on his merry way. So I don't know where he is now, but he's around somewhere.
Now, see, I'm always been curious. Like, what do they eat?
Ours gets crickets and dubia roaches.
No, I'm talking about the jumping spider. Like,
Yeah,
what do you
yeah.
feed that? A dubia?
Crickets and dubia roaches. Yeah. I got little small ones. I think actually now I'm gonna be starting a colony of dubias because I think I got like 100 for like $15 of small dubias, and obviously the spider's not gonna eat that many. So, and I've had them for a month, so they're like getting bigger. So I think now I'm gonna have a dubia colony.
You got 100 dubias for $15.
Yeah.
See, this is no joke. I get 30 dubia roaches for $10, and a good 10 are dead.
Yeah, no, I usually stock up on insects when I go to the reptile shows. Like I got like 300 mealworms for like $6 or $8. It wasn't a lot. You get like a big cup of them. I got the dubias. I got 100 dubias for $15. I think I got 100 crickets for like $5. So I don't like to keep crickets in my house. I usually just go buy them every week when I need them. Because crickets just stink. I don't like crickets in my house. Yeah, they smell. I'm not all about that. I would rather go buy them every week. But yeah, I mean, I never thought I'd be keeping dubia roaches, but I got enough stuff here to eat them, so.
You could always give the rodents a treat.
Yeah, I mean, I got all the rodents, I got all the geckos, and I'm sure the chameleon would love some, so. They're not going to go to waste, that's for sure.
Definitely. That is absurd, crazy though. Like just 100 dubias for $15.
Yeah. I don't know what they sell them for online. I got them from, I think it's Komodo. Hold on, let me look them up.
If it's online, I'll definitely, for $15, I'll buy 100.
Yeah, it's Komodo Reptiles out of Verplank, New York. I don't know what they do like as far as shipping. I think they ship. Excuse me. And they're on Instagram too. But yeah, so like at the shows, you get a great deal. You get a better deal at the shows than you do anywhere else, as far as getting feeder bugs.
I was really disappointed with it. Pretty sure you heard this before with Anaheim though. That was last time I went. Yeah, it was horrible. It wasn't that great.
Yeah, I went to Hamburg a couple times over the last year, and it's the first time I've actually been to Hamburg in 10 years because I didn't like the way they had, like, literally, I'm sure you've heard somebody tell this story, but, like, I was there, and there was a 12-year-old kid running around with a freaking albino cobra and a goddamn deli cup. So, I stopped going for that simple fact, because I didn't like the way they did things. They do things differently now. which I found out when I went back this year. Now everything is sealed, and you are not allowed to walk around with any venomous animals. You have to pick them up from the vendor and leave immediately. So that was good because there's a lot of venomous stuff at those shows.
So that was in New York, though.
No, that's in Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Oh,
Pennsylvania, just about anything is legal, and I mean anything. So, I actually,
PA, then.
yeah, I do breed and sell.
Yeah. So I'm PA allows. Yeah, no. I would. Me personally, once again, I mean, everyone has their opinion about it, but like, I like to get a venomous. Oh yeah, I think it would be fun.
Yeah, Hilljack lives in Pennsylvania, and I mean he's got a king cobra now, so yeah, just about anything and everything is legal in Pennsylvania
With no permit.
No permit.
Damn, that is crazy.
And actually, I don't even know if the vendors ask people they're selling to where they're from, because obviously I'm from New York. I go and I could buy anything I want and come back, and nobody would even know.
Damn.
So
I might move to PA.
it's not fun in the winter there, just so you know. Like New York is pretty serious when it comes to snow. Pennsylvania gets it just as bad, if not worse, than us.
Close to, it's too far north. Yeah. See, I'm not joking. Like, that's the one thing. I'm like, cold weather sucks.
Yeah, it does. I've about had it here. I told my husband, like, I'm ready to move. Like, at this point, I'm ready to move and leave you here. But that's how ready I am to go. Like, I'm going to go buy a house, and you can come and move in when you feel like you're ready.
So what, North Carolina?
Yeah.
You won't go any further?
Originally we had looked at Florida, but Florida's got so many laws changing these days. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. I literally would have to get a permit for every ball python I own. So, yeah, it's not worth it to us. I don't really think about Georgia. South Carolina is not really an option. I love North Carolina, so I think North Carolina is probably where we're going to end up.
No, is that going to be like anytime soon, or?
No, we said 5 years, probably about 4.5 years ago, but we're still here. So, and the reason being is my husband's job. They don't have any. My husband's a tactical engineer. He works for a semiconductor company. He maintains the machines that make microchips. Okay. And they don't have any of those things. Obviously, humidity and microchips. So pretty much, my husband makes 6 figures a year.
That's awesome. That's good shit, though.
Yeah. So, right now, until we get all of, I'm going to say his debt, because it's not my debt, until he gets his debt paid off, we're kind of stuck here. So, but I'm getting to the point I've let him know, like, I'm ready to go. Like, I'm tired of waiting.
I don't know. North Carolina's not, I don't know. Never, any certain city?
No, just somewhere quiet. I don't want to be like in a city. I'd rather be in a rural area. I want like kind of like a farm property. I want to get alpacas. My husband thinks I'm crazy, but I want alpacas. So, yeah, I want like
kind of like the llama, right?
Yeah, it's like a smaller version of a llama. So my husband's like, do you have any idea how big they are? I was like, you see how big our dog is? It's not much bigger than the dog. So, I mean, it's not really that much of a difference. They're really literally probably statistically they're probably 5 inches taller than my dog, which is not a lot. So
Okay.
they're not really that big. But he wants goats. We can't have goats where we are. We live in a residential neighborhood. I mean, I'm not even supposed to have the chickens that I have. I've had chickens for 10 years, and if anybody in the neighborhood doesn't like it, oh well. So, I mean, it is what it is.
Oh, yeah.
My chickens run free in my yard. They take care of all the bugs. And I'm not putting chemicals in the ground, so by having to spray my yard down for bugs. That's the way I look at it. Free bug control.
Do you have?
We have 5. I have five little silkies. Too? No rooster. I think a rooster would probably piss my neighbors off. We did have a rooster many years ago, and the town did come out at that time and was like, you're not supposed to have chickens. And I'm like, and? Not getting rid of my chickens. So the rooster went bye-bye, but the chicken stayed.
Yeah, I'm not supposed to have rats, but it is what it is.
Listen, I get free eggs. I get free pest control. And that's all I have to say about it. So unless the town is going to buy me eggs every day and come and take care of all the bugs in my yard without using chemicals, I don't want to hear what they have to say.
Yeah, I agree.
So as far as I'm concerned, it's everybody's God-given right to have animals that produce food for them. I understand I can't have like livestock here. My pig hasn't been an issue for 10 years. God forbid they ever come here about the pig, then it's going to be an all-out war with the town. But yeah, like we don't have goats. I don't have horses. I don't have anything like that running around my yard. I mean, we did have ducks at one point. We had ducks for a couple of years.
You had ducks?
Mm-hmm. We used to keep mandarin ducks for a few years.
What happened to them?
They all eventually got old and died.
Oh, okay. Oh.
They don't live that long, like 5 years. And that's pretty much it. So we started out, I ordered eggs online to hatch, and actually out of 6 eggs, only 1 ended up hatching, which is how we actually got chickens, because I went and got chickens to keep the duckling company. So that's how it all started. Like, I have pictures of my husband with the duck on his chest, like when she was little, because she lived in the house until she was a few months old. Like, she would like snuggle up on my husband's chest and go to sleep. So like everything in all of our animals are family members. They're not just animals. So we treat everything like family. I literally had chickens and ducks living in my house for like 6 months.
Damn, that is crazy. I mean, you know how many videos you could have shot of the animals you have?
I know. It's crazy. So, yeah, I mean, at one time in our house, we had, I'll tell you all the animals we had living in our house at one time. We had 5 dogs, a ferret, 3 guinea pigs, the pig. We had 6 chickens, a duck. Plus, we had 2 toddlers running around and 2 teenagers. Plus all the snakes and everything else we had. So yeah, we've always had a house full. It's like a zoo. It's always a zoo here. That's always how it is. Like up the road from us, we're zoned residential, but literally like 2 streets from us, they can have whatever they want. And it's still in the same neighborhood. So I don't get it. But I'm going to keep my chickens. I don't care what anybody says. And I'm not the only one in our neighborhood that has chickens. So they want to start problems, then they're going to have an issue. I know at least 4 other houses that have chickens, not far from us.
I can't have a chicken because I live in an apartment.
Well, I mean, you could.
I could donate a whole, the rat room. So
people keep chickens in their house.
I don't know if I could deal with the smell.
Even if you just had one.
I don't know. I don't know.
Exactly.
Maybe one day.
Yeah, it's not something I would probably do again. But as my husband could probably tell you, I am crazy. So never say never. But I'm trying to keep the amount of animals that we actually have in our house to a limited number. Like we have 2 dogs now because dogs get old, they die. That's what happens. Can't do anything about that. But same with guinea pigs, they get old, they die. So yeah, so we're limited now to the amount of furry critters that are in our house to the 2 dogs. Minus all the rodents that I breed, but like in the actual living area.
The snakes, the rodents, the dogs.
The snakes and the rodents aren't in the living area though. They're all downstairs in the basement. So I mean, really, the only one that really comes down here is me.
Okay. Do you ever catch the kids running like this? So I've caught my kids plenty of times going through like the rat, snakes, the rats, everything. Like, do you ever catch your kids going through any animals just to play with?
They used to do it all the time. I cannot even tell you how many times my kids were like, "Oh, don't feed that rat off. I want that one as a pet." I can't even tell you how many times I've had to put rats aside so they could keep them as pets. I think I have 1 left now because they're not allowed in the rat room anymore. Because they literally go through all the drawers and they pick them out. Like they could be like little fuzzies, like barely have fur on them. They're like, I want that one. And like I'm supposed to keep track of that one. Like memorize its pattern or whatever it's got going on and try to keep that one. So I'm like, we're done with that. I'm not doing that anymore. They're not allowed to go through the snakes anymore either. Especially when I have hatchlings because they ended up picking out 2 bells a couple of years ago. And this is, a couple of years ago when the bells went really high again in price, when they were like $600. They ended up picking out 2 bells to keep. So that's $1,200 out of my pocket given to my kids because they wanted to keep those snakes.
But who's taking care of them at the end of the day?
Me.
Exactly.
They very rarely even come downstairs to see them.
Wow.
So now I have 3 bells, only one of which is a breeder. So it's like, I think the other 2 are heck ghosts though, so I might use those. I might use one of them. But yeah, so they're really not allowed downstairs much anymore. They like come down to my office and that's about it. I don't let them wander around down here because they'll be into everything.
Okay.
Like my daughter's already been bit by an ASF because she was like, "Oh, look at that one," and she put her finger down and it's like, "Chomp." I was like, "I told you." They look cute. Yeah, they're not.
No, they're mean.
They are. They will literally get up on their hind legs with their little fists like this and be like, "Come on, let's go." For like seriously.
I mean, I can't imagine it. I mean, I can only see what I've seen on videos, and from what I've heard. But I mean, I've only had a 2 or 3 rats bite me, but they were only maybe window hoppers.
Yeah, no, so, ASFs will legit frog up on you.
I've backed some rats in the corner, of course, recently, where one of the hoppers fought back and was like actually biting my shoe. And I was like, wow, you were straight going in the snake tank.
Oh, the worst is when you're feeding and you drop the rat in and the little bastard jumps out of the bin before you can close it.
So that is
the worst.
I've had that happen. So like with the V35 I have, so like feeding them in there, it like jumps out and it goes right behind the tub and squeezes its body between like the racking and the tub. I'm like, you motherfucker.
Well, after that, I learned real quick after that happened that I only open the drawer far enough to put that rat in, and I hold the tail while I'm still shutting it, and until that space is not big enough for that rat to get out of anymore, that tail is in my hand. So, except for those couple snakes that snatch, because, I have a couple that are like, they're snatchy.
As soon as you open it, yes. I like, so they know. For some odd reason, they know. Like, so I always start from the top and go on the way down. The further I go down, the more and more they all wake up and they're like, I know what time it is.
See, I feed mine by size.
So there's one on the...
Yeah.
There is one on the bottom, though. She is a spider entry pinstripe, and she's on the bottom, and every time she's already striking. As soon as I open it up, I'm like, wow. Like, she's one of the ones I do not. We went over the trust factor. We'll never trust this one fully.
Yeah, I have some. Thank God I got a tub puller from Rob, because I have some where you open that tub and they're out, like in your face. And those are the ones where it's like you open it with the tub puller, but then you use the tub puller to push them back in so you can actually feed them. Yeah. So I have a few that launch.
I don't have a tub, one of those pull the tub. Like, I don't even have a hook. So everything I do is it's ball pythons. That's why. Because if I get bit and I get
it's not a big deal. But who wants to get bit? Like, who wants to get bit?
Nobody.
I don't want to get bit.
But the bite is. This is how I feel about it. And tell me if you disagree, Heather. I feel like a bee sting or even an ant bite feels worse than a ball python bite.
I have to say a yellow jacket sting is way worse, and I've only been stung once by a yellow jacket, and that shit hurts so freaking bad. Yeah, I've only been bit a handful of times. I actually went 10 years without ever getting bit. Out of all of my snakes, I went 10 full years without ever getting a bite. And then I bought that little, well, she's not little anymore. I bought a little tiny banana female. She was a little 100-gram hatchling when I got her. She's the first snake that ever bit me.
Damn.
And I held her at the show because I like to hold my snakes and look at them and inspect them before I buy them. So I don't care if they're in a container. You're taking it out so I can look at it. So I held her, moved her all around, looked at her, had her like right up to my face where I could like see everything real good because I like to look at everything. Like, I'll be damned if I'm bringing a snake home that mites to my house. So I look at everything. So she was great at the show. Brought her home. Little bitch tagged me. First chance she got me. I was like, oh, okay, that's how it's gonna be. Okay.
Okay, so it was me and Melio Exotic, and we went out to, probably no one's ever heard of this place, Elko, Nevada, and we got to Elko, and I ended up buying the pastel female and the spot nose clown. Well, the spot nose I held the whole time around my neck for two and a half to 3 hour drive, never struck at me. The minute we got back and I put her in her enclosure, and the next day I check on her, striking like crazy. The spot nose is crazy. I'm telling you, it's crazy. And I was shocked the whole time because I still relive this in my mind. I'm like, why is it that I never got bit one time on the way back? But the minute I come back home, it's war.
Yeah. I have certain snakes I have a love-hate relationship with because I do have certain snakes that are just straight up assholes. Like they don't care if it's feeding day, cleaning day, if you're giving them water, they just want to bite you. I have a handful of those. I have some that just kind of, they just always hungry. No matter how much you feed them, they're always looking for food. Those ones, they're all right. They're not trying to bite me, they're just looking for food. But like I said, I only have those handful that I trust 100%. Like those are the ones I let my kids take out. Those are just the go-tos when I have people that want to look at them. But I mean, for the most part, most of them are good. Most of them are good.
So, have you ever shipped one off that was angry with you but cool with somebody else?
Not my ball pythons. My boas. When I had boas, my first boa I got when he was a little teeny tiny baby was absolutely awesome. Could take him out. He never bit me. It was great. Had him for a couple of years. When I got pregnant with my son, he went apeshit. Every time he saw me, he would strike the glass even to his tank. My husband could go in and take him out, feed him, clean his enclosure. Not a peep. He freaking hated my guts after I got pregnant. I don't know what it was. He literally just went crazy.
Damn.
So I ended up getting rid of my boas.
So for me, I had two. I had one, something happened, and I remember doing a giveaway, and it was my pinstripe female. She was, okay, so the story with her is Benjamin Blankenship won her.
Mm-hmm.
And she never bit me because they're like, if you could pick her up, you could have her. Everyone that's put their hands in there, she's bitten.
Mm-hmm.
So like you were saying, like some are just food hungry. It's not they're trying to get you. She was just food hungry. She didn't bite me that time, so they gave me the snake for free. I grew it up a little bit. Benjamin won her, but during that time period I was growing her up, yeah, she struck at me a few times.
Yeah.
But it wasn't because she was doing it out of anger. She was just looking for food. And so there's also the BMO. So BMO was food aggressive, but just angry at the same time. Because even when you put him down after holding him and getting out of his enclosure, he would bite. But when Reese's Pythons got him, so the both of them, Reese's and my caramel albino and the pinstripe, yeah, they were food aggressive with me, and BMO was which was the caramel albino. He would be food aggressive, but also snappy towards you while holding him. He's cool. They're both really cool with their new owners. I'm like, maybe it's me.
Yeah, like, I mean, I think I have a couple that like absolutely hate my guts. Like hate me. But the ones that I know absolutely will bite the hell out of you, I have them marked because number one, my kids are not allowed down here to go through anything when I'm not down here. But my husband has a habit of just pulling drawers open. So now I have things marked as to the ones that absolutely will bite you for no reason. And like my snake that has no eyes, I have her marked, but her tag says, I will bite you. It's not my fault. I can't see you. So if she bites you, it's because she sees the heat on your hand and she thinks you're food. So she cannot be blamed whatsoever. It's not her fault. It would be your fault for putting your hand in there. She's good. I have a few other ones that they just don't give a shit. So those ones are definitely marked. So my husband knows not to open those. without me there.
So I take that you do actually at least 90% of all the reptile.
I do 100%.
100% of it.
100%.
No, nobody helps you clean them, feed them, of course, filter water dish.
No.
Damn.
No. The only thing my husband does is when I'm cleaning rats, he takes the bin out to empty it. So.
Okay.
He does that, but I mean, other than that, no, he doesn't help. No, he used to, but then he would get on my nerves and I would yell at him, so he doesn't help me anymore. So now he's just my construction guy. So now when I need stuff built, he takes care of it.
Building is fun, like doing little experiments, finding out new things, using different products, build an enclosure for something. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, when my ARS Rex come in, I'm like, here you go, have fun. That's all him. He gets to build those.
Yeah, they don't come in pre-built.
No, they do not. And they are a pain in the ass because they come in a huge box that weighs about 500 pounds. So it's literally, before they get here, I have to make sure I have space in my basement to bring all of the pieces down and lay them out. So he can then start putting it together. Because I literally have to open the box in my driveway and we have to bring everything in.
Yeah, I get it.
Like multiple trips.
That sucks.
Yeah. So my last ARS rack got delivered to my house at like 7 o'clock in the morning. And they didn't even like ring my doorbell. I didn't sign for anything. Like literally I could have went back to ARS and be like, hey, my rack didn't get delivered. You have to send me another one. But I'm not that type of person, so I didn't do that.
ARS. So would you? What about you? Do you like the Freedom Breeder style, or?
Freedom Breeder to me is just, it's overpriced, honestly, and it literally, for what they charge for shipping is like double than what it's doubles or triple what ARS ships for. It's like my ARS racks, to have my ARS rack shipped, it was under $300.
Damn. Okay.
And I think with Freedom Breeder, it was like closer to 1,000.
It's all about. I mean, I get it. It's all about the money. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it comes down to when it comes to. I can't remember Jesse.
Yeah, Jesse.
I mean, yeah, no.
And I've talked to Jesse. Jesse's a cool dude. I've talked to Jesse on the phone. So, because I have a snake from them. But like, I forgot he was in California one time, and I called him at like 9 o'clock in the morning. My time was probably like 4 a.m. there. he's like, can you call me back in a couple hours? I'm like, yeah, I'm so sorry. I was like, I'll call you back in a couple hours. But yeah, I mean, Jesse's cool. But I just think they're a lot. Like the 2 ARS racks I have probably cost me $6,000 between the 2 racks that I do have right now, or maybe 5,000. So I think one was a little more than the other one, but still.
How do you feel about sea serpents?
I don't have anything from sea serpents. I think Chris makes good stuff. I just don't have anything from him. Like I had actually considered getting an incubator from him, but the price is just really high. Like for what he gets, I'll put it to you this way. I went and got a 6 foot tall wine cooler for $100. Cost me almost nothing to turn it into an incubator. If I was to get something the same size from Chris, it would have been like $3,000.
So the incubator I have is 4 foot tall by 2 foot length, or 3.5 length, something like that. But I mean, I'm not breeding crazy either, so
Right.
like I don't feel like I need that much of an incubator to have as a wine cooler. Like that's crazy, but yeah, I get it. It is cheaper doing it that way, but
Yeah.
I think I spent 600
Good night, Stan.
$600.
Yeah.
Maybe
So
less.
my first incubator is also a wine cooler. It's just a little short one. I got it for free. It doesn't work anymore, and somebody just wanted to get rid of it. So it was free. So
What was wrong with it?
there's nothing wrong with it. It just didn't cool anymore, which I didn't care about because I didn't need it as a cooler.
Oh. Yeah.
So all I had to do was go pick it up. It was free.
Would you ever do venomous?
No, I don't think venomous is for me. I'm not really interested in venomous stuff. To me, it's not worth it to me. To keep venomous stuff. That's not to say people that do there's anything wrong with it. I don't see anything
Can I
wrong
ask
with
why
it.
though? Like, I mean, I understand you saying there's nothing wrong with it, but is there a certain reason? Like, Derek's reptiles, he was like, because my kid, he didn't want the copperhead anymore. He got rid of it.
Well, yeah, I
So,
mean, I have kids in the house, and I'm very careful with the animals that I own. But to me, have to be overly cautious is not something I would trust myself to do. So it's more of like a personal preference. Like, I don't think I would be able to keep a venomous animal.
okay, so let me say this. Would you not be able to keep the venomous in your house but still deal with them? Would you take that experience or no?
No, I mean, I have no interest in them.
Okay.
I mean, they're pretty to look at, but I don't need to have one in my house.
I want to get so not venomous, of course, but I would like to get a rubber boa. I think rubber boas are pretty dope.
Rubber boas are cute. They're not venomous, but they're cute.
That's why I switched it up. I was like, yeah, because I can't have really any much venomous anyway.
Yeah, like the hognose is as hot as it'll ever get in my house. And my kids are not even allowed to touch those. Because, little fingers look like pinkies, so we don't need any accidental bites.
Yeah, but the hognose, I mean, they're cute though. Like they play dead.
Mm-hmm. It's funny because they headbutt you. They don't really bite you; they headbutt you.
Yeah, some like act like they're about to bite you. Like you said, headbutt you, and like even when they like, I've seen some where like they try to bite and then they're like, all right, I didn't win. You can hold me.
Yeah. Yeah. See, just like Tammy said.
Venom says venomous are wonderful.
Yeah, like I said, I don't see anything wrong with it. They're not for me though.
See, I'm different. Like I give me the opportunity to hold a taipan. Give me the opportunity to play with a spinning cobra. Give me the opportunity to play with a crate. Like.
Yeah, see, for me, the risk is just it's not worth it.
It's so worth it.
Like, even the most experienced people in the world get bit.
This is why I say it's worth it for me. Okay, so if I had to choose any way out, I'd rather die by a venomous bite than anything else.
You say that now until it happens.
But a car crash would suck. A airplane crash would be horrifying. Falling to your death because you jumped off a parachute.
But if you think of it this way, that's like instant, like done. You get bit by a venomous snake, you're suffering for hours and days.
So let me say this: would you rather fall from the sky and have no parachute, or get bit by like something that could kill you in 20 minutes?
I think I would rather fall from the sky.
See, I'm afraid to hide.
I don't fly, so I don't fly.
I'd rather deal with the venomous. I'd rather get bit by something that could kill me in 20 minutes than fall from the sky. I'm already afraid of heights. That ain't gonna work for me. I'm gonna be crying on the way down.
I'm not afraid of heights, but I don't like to fly. I don't really take the train anymore since I was in that train crash. So, I mean, I've been on a train once since then, and that was because I had liquor. So, yeah.
You don't drink, do you?
I do drink.
You do drink.
Yeah, I'm a Malibu girl. I'm a rum girl.
Well, Sailor Jerry's not good enough?
No, I have to have Malibu.
That's cool.
Malibu is my friend.
I would say I'm more now lately
and I
getting
drink
into
wine.
wine.
I like wine.
I was gonna say recently I've been getting into wine.
Oh yeah, me and my sister, we could put down a couple bottles of wine in one shot, like no problem. I think one night her and I drank like 4 bottles of wine between the two of us. It was great.
That is crazy.
Yeah, we love our wine.
Red, white, like.
I don't drink red wine. I don't drink red wine. I only drink white wine.
Can I ask why?
For some reason, red gives me migraines. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's something they put in it or if it's just the grapes themselves, but for some reason, they give me a headache.
So lately, nothing. Wine-wise, I even went out and got wine glasses because of how much wine I've been drinking, but everything has been red.
Yeah, like Moscato. I'll drink Moscato, like no problem. Actually, what is it called? Wild Vines used to make us. I think it's Wild Vines. Used to make us. It was called Sunshine Blend. It was like my favorite wine of like all times. Like when my husband and I first started dating, like he would go to like multiple different liquor stores just to buy bottles of wine for me because it was hard to find. But yeah, that was like my favorite wine of all time. I don't think they make it anymore because I haven't found it in years now, but I'm good with pretty much any white wine. But Malibu is my go-to usually.
For me, beer is my more go-to, but wine, yeah, I love my vodkas, of course, but my vodka has to be, and it's going to sound weird, but I can't not drink my vodka at cold temperatures. It has to be at room temp.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, I don't refrigerate my Malibu.
Okay.
It just sits on my counter.
That's crazy. See, I like my rum, but I like Sailor. Sailor Jerry is I don't know. I don't like Southern Comfort. So Southern Comfort's really gross, right? When it comes to whiskey, in my opinion.
I can't drink Southern Comfort anymore. Only because at my cousin's wedding many years ago, and we're talking like probably 20 years ago. We did so many SoCo and lime shots. Like, it was bad. We drank so many shots that night. Yeah, so we won't be doing SoCo anymore. I used to be able to drink, like, a lot. Like, I would drink Jack Daniels, like, vodka. Aftershock was, like, one of my favorites for, like, the longest time.
It was really good. Aftershock was really good.
Yeah.
And then I found Fireball, and then I was more happy.
My sister and I used to put down a bottle of Aftershock very easily. But, and then we'd be there with the clothes hanger trying to get the candy out of the bottom. This is when we were younger. We're a lot older now, so. But, yeah. Yeah, I don't mind alcohol. I like alcohol. I have a few drinks when we go out to dinner. My husband ends up driving home because sometimes the bartender has a heavy hand.
Hey, that's always a good thing.
Yeah. It's always the Mexican restaurant we go to. And my girlfriend and I usually go have dinner there. And the bartenders there, for whatever reason, love us. Like, we'll have our dinner, we'll have our drinks, and then when we're done eating, we're ready to, like, pay the bill and go. They're bringing us tequila shots, and we're like, oh, hell. All hell's gonna break loose. So like now, if I go to dinner there with my husband, the bartender always puts a lot of rum in my drink, and I mean a lot of rum. So like the drinks, I don't know how the drinks are at any Mexican place where you are, but they're like goblets, like this big.
Yeah, same. They're huge. They go
huge.
around and like.
So like 2 of those is like equal to like 6 regular drinks at a bar. So, and the bartender there has a heavy hand. So like after 2 of those, like my husband's definitely driving home because I will definitely get a DUI if I drive. So like usually I go out to the bar and have 6 Malibu Bay Breezes and I'm good to go. Like I can drive home, no problems. We're good. Yeah, no. After 2 drinks at the Mexican place, forget it. I can't drive. I wouldn't even try.
So, see, this is the fucked up part about like Nevada. Like we allow gambling and drinking and all this other things, but the minute you walk out the casino, if they know you slightly like walking, stumbling, you're getting pulled over. Like, so if I'm gonna drink, I always it's in walking distance. But yes, they are the same here. Like you get a drink at a Mexican restaurant, and like it is.
It's a goblet, like a huge goblet.
Yes.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, yeah, I've had a few nights when before I got married that I probably should not have driven home. But I did. But after I met my husband, he bought me a breathalyzer to keep in my car. So when me and my girlfriend would go out, I'd always use the breathalyzer before we left. I think the highest I've ever blown was a 0.06. And we just looked at each other. We're like, we're good. Let's go.
So for me, it's like I mean, you know this. I mean, you've been in the live streams plenty of times, and since 2019, like I like to drink when I'm live. Like it makes conversations for me easier and better.
Yeah.
Because
helps you relax a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't normally drink at home much. It's usually just when we go out to dinner, I have a few drinks. You know who else has a heavy hand? The damn hibachi place. Those people have heavy hands when they pour. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the hibachi place and the Mexican restaurant. Those 2 kill me every time I go. Every time. But yeah.
So here, like the casinos, they most people are like, oh well, why would I get a beer when I get a margarita or something like that, or a Bloody Mary or whatever. Mm-hmm. Do you understand that in a casino they are so tight on liquor? You're mostly getting the shit they mix it with than you are getting the liquor. Like when you go to an actual restaurant or a bar, like or something like that, like they actually give you the portion, if not like Heather's saying, like the extra portion.
The heavy-handed pour.
Yeah, and those are probably the best places to go if you like to drink. Like, and I like to eat when I drink, of course. Like every time I get off the live stream, I'm constantly going to the refrigerator. I'm like, what do I got?
I'm with you, Tammy. I don't drink beer. It's liquor or wine. That's it. I can't do beer. I haven't drank beer since I was a teenager.
I like the beer mellow. Like, so like I'm not. I don't know how to say this, but like, whiskey, heavy liquor, anything like that is okay with me. Wine's okay with me, but beer always puts me in that right mellow mood where I feel more relaxed, more able to talk than when it comes to me drinking hard liquor or wine. Wine's okay. Like wine, I can have a perfect conversation with anybody, but like when it comes to hard liquor, after a certain point, I've done, some dumb shit back in the day. So
yeah, well, I wasn't a big beer drinker, but like when Mike's Hard Lemonade first came out, I was in love with that stuff. Like when I was younger, like in my 20s, because I'm old now. When I was in my 20s, like it was a big thing for like all my siblings and us and I to get together. Like we would all get together and like drink, and like we would go through like a couple cases of Mike's Hard Lemonade between. I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters, so sometimes some of the cousins would come, but we would go through a couple cases of Mike's Hard Lemonade. And
for me now, it's been Twisted Tea.
yeah, like I don't drink very many of those things. Like I like Seagram's makes a wild berry. I think they're called Seagram's Escapes. I think is what they're called. They make a wild berry one. I love that stuff. I'll drink that stuff like there's no tomorrow. It's like fruity soda. Tastes good. Whatever. So those are good. I like those. I don't really drink Mike's anymore. Like I'm this old. Zima came out when I was younger. I don't even know if they even make Zima anymore. However, I was a big fan of Zima when Zima came out. Zima was like a clear beer, but it wasn't really beer. Kind of like what a Seagram's Ice would probably be now, something along those lines. But back then it was Zima. That was big in the 90s. So I'm old, sorry. Yeah, I mean, other than that, I don't really drink anything other than that.
For me, I can see this is where you and I draw the line. Like, I'll drink Still Reserve at 211. I'll drink a Mickey's, a Budweiser, Coors, wine, liquor. I like being under the influence of alcohol. I don't know why, but I like smoking weed too, though. I mean,
see, Zima. Yes, Tammy. Zima was the shit back in the 90s. Yeah, we're old. It's okay. It's okay.
What are you in your, like, I don't know. I don't know how old you are.
Go ahead, guess.
44.
A little older.
48.
I'll be 48 this year. Yep. So yeah, I'm getting there. My oldest child will be 28 next month. So yeah, I have 3 children that are old enough to go to the bars and drink.
Damn.
Yep, and actually my daughter's 21st birthday, she met us out at the bar after midnight. So me and my girlfriend bought her first drink legally for her birthday. And then we almost beat up her ex-boyfriend and whatever little chicks he was with that night. I think one was his sister. As soon as she found out who I was, she was like, nope, I'm out. She's like, oh, you're her mother. I'm like, yeah, I'm her mother. She's like, all right, that's it. So, yeah, that was a fun night.
Damn.
Welcome back, Shelby. How's your snake doing? Shelby has a snake from me.
Does she?
She does.
What did she get from you?
She got a het clown male.
Normal het clown male?
Mm-hmm.
100%?
Yep. 100% het clown. Yep.
Damn.
I don't even know if I would like Saki Thomas, honestly. Like, every time we go to Hibachi and the guy goes around with the little Saki spray, I'm like, nope. Yeah, Shelby got a snake from me. Maybe 2 years ago this July.
Okay.
So he's breeding size. Yeah, actually, Danny won it on a fundraiser and gave it to Shelby. So Shelby got him.
Oh yeah. Well, that whole, I'll never forget this from Shelby, was the time she was posting videos of her patching her turtle.
Hatching a turtle? What?
Like putting gauze over a broken shell.
Oh, she was rehabbing, yeah. See, she got one of my nice ones. She says he's sweet. They're not all that way. Kevin got one from me last year, and it's a monster. He says it's a monster.
Kevin.
From Sugar Skulls.
Okay.
He won one on an auction, and he says it's a monster. Which was funny because when it was here, it never tried to bite me. But he says it's a monster. So, yeah. His mom's a little bit of a bitch, but his dad's really cool, so I don't know how that happened. Hey, Ledka.
What's up, Ledka?
But yeah, most of the ones I send out are cool. Todd has that vanilla cream for me that is Miss P's, his daughter's. And it's funny because he says the snake is great with his daughter, but tries to bite him, which is weird, but it is what it is. So we'll be breeding some more of those this year.
This year, I think I got the bananas to the pastel, my cinnamon to my spider orange. Well, not mine, but my son's spider orange ring and she pinstripe. He's going to the cinnamon.
Yeah, I think we're gonna work on some pieds this year. We'll probably do some het clowns. Probably do some more Mojaves, even though I have a bunch here still for sale. What else we got? Vanilla creams. I'll probably end up with some more super fires. Cinnamon, something or other. I don't know. I gotta go through everybody and see what we're gonna breed.
But I know you have work in the morning. I got work in the morning, so I am going to hear Heather. So don't leave. I appreciate everyone that has watched, that has been watching. Heather has been such an amazing guest. I did leave her description for her YouTube page down in the description.
There's not much on there. Sorry.
But check it out. Till next time, and Heather, if you got anything else to say.
No, thank you to everybody that came to sit and chat with us. I appreciate you all. Love you all.
All right. Until next time, I'm BPL, and that's Heather. I'm out.
Bye.